We saw the first cut for a long time at the last meeting, though only 100,000 barrels per day. It did surprise the market at that time, but now I think most participants are expecting a cut, a fairly significant cut, either to the caps or unilateral cuts by Saudi Arabia itself to prop up the prices as one. But also what is hugely important for Saudi Arabia here is that they currently produce 11 million barrels per day. They have only produced that much twice in history, and then only for a month or two. So they need to lower their production to get to a more comfortable level from which they also can increase later.
We've heard comments before from OPEC Plus saying they do not want to be political, but the reality here is that Moscow would like a higher price to shore up their finances, and the United States would like a lower price as they come up to the midterms. So isn't it a political decision no matter which way it happens?
I think it's hugely political at this point in time. And definitely, the message from the US, from Biden, is very clear. They want a lower oil price into the midterm election, if nothing else. And we can see that politicians in the US are getting quite angry as the US is trying to lower the oil price by pushing 1 million barrels per day from strategic petroleum reserves into the market to ease the pain for consumers and lower the prices. We see that suddenly OPEC Plus leading with Saudi Arabia in the lead, trying to lift the price by cutting production. So I think political considerations will be taken into account, especially by Saudi Arabia. So I don't think they want to go all in right into the face of the US. Therefore, I think it's not going to be a massive big cut just due to the political dimension, but maybe 500,000 barrels per day cut for November month, I think sounds more likely.
Bjarne, good morning to you, sir. Political considerations. They always say to me, whether it was the late, great Mohammed Barkindo or Mr. al-Badri or any of them, we leave political considerations at the door. I don't sure I actually believe that, given what I've seen with Iran and what have you over the years. But my question to you is, political considerations on a different level. Is there any part of OPEC that will look round at their OPEC Plus partner, Russia, and say, what on earth are you doing? You are creating global instability, which in itself can create a recession, which is going to create all kinds of problems for our tenuous fiscal positions. Do you think any of that will have any consideration?
I think when it comes to leaving political consideration at the door, I think it's usually referring to internal conflicts within the group. And I completely agree. What Russia now is doing is really damaging to OPEC Plus in the long term, because at the heart of Saudi Arabia and OPEC strategies have always been security of supplies to their customers. And now we see Russia cutting supply to Europe in an energy war. This is undermining the reliability of autocratic fossil fuels. So it's really bad for the long-term picture of OPEC Plus, I must say. So this is a difficult one in that respect.